The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Lamholm South, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, and Tampa Bay Downs.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring Dubai World Cup candidates in the Grade 1 Don Handicap and the Grade 2 San Antonio Stakes, along with the top Kentucky Derby prospect for Bob Baffert and the 3-year-old debut of an undefeated champion. We begin with sprinters at Santa Anita in the Grade 2 Palos Verdes Stakes. Saludos Amigos, the 7-5 favorite. Frank Miramati has the call.
3/8 of a mile to go. It's Rocket Heat showing the way, 3/4 of a length. Cautious Giant coming after him. Pulling G's hard ridden. Saludos Amigos is traveling very nicely at the rail. He's going to fire today. And Kobe's back has 10 to make up. Turning for home, Cautious Giant. Saludos Amigos is guided off the rail. Rocket Heat has asked for more. Kobe's back is kicking into high gear on the far outside. There's an 1/8 of a mile to go. Cautious Giant. Saludos Amigos is getting to him. And Kobe's back is motoring in his comeback. Saludos Amigos and Kobe's back. These are the two. Here comes Kobe's back on the outside. A perfectly timed ride from Gary Stevens as Kobe's back mows him down in the Palos Verdes.
Over 10 lengths back in the early going, 5-2 second choice Kobe's Back by Claiborne Farm stallion Flatter rallies to defeat Saludos Amigos by half a length. Gary Stevens aboard the OBS Cells graduate in 1:08.3. Kobe's Back gets his first victory since he captured the Grade 3 Commonwealth Stakes last spring. The Peter Urton trainee was making his first start since finishing 7th in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. The 5-year-old horse was bred in Kentucky by Joanne Mummert. A $480,000 OBS March 2-year-old, Kobe's Back has earned $772,000 for CRK Stable. Derby Den stallion Sky Kingdom, a track record-setting, multiple graded stakes winning son of emerging Sire of Sires Empire Maker. Sky Kingdom is being offered through Derby Den's Share the Upside program. Call Ryan Norton for details. To Gulfstream Park for the Grade 3 Fred W. Hooper Stakes. A Mies Flatter, the 6-5 favorite. Larry Comas has the call.
45-2. The pace is quickened. Just Call Kenny taking it to Wildcat Red takes the lead. Just Call Kenny on the outside to the front as the field rounds the far turn. Wildcat Red back into second on the inside. And right behind them, Stanford and Tommy Macho getting going. After that, it's Grand Shores. A Mies Flatter not going on today, dropping back through the field. And they're coming to the top of the stretch. And Tommy Macho and stablemate Stanford are now 1-2. Going by Just Call Kenny after 3/4 in 109 flat. Tommy Macho is the leader as they come down to the final 16th. Putting away Stanford and the others. Grand Shores takes third as Tommy Macho takes the Fred Hooper.
Runners trained by Todd Pletcher finished 1-2 with Tommy Macho by Adena Springs stallion Macho Uno, the winner by 3 3/4 lengths over stablemate Stanford. Luis Saez up in 1:33.2, just 2/5 off the track record. Winner of the Grade 3 Discovery Handicap 2 starts back. Tommy Macho was coming off a runner-up finish in the Queens County Stakes. The 4-year-old colt was bred in Kentucky by John Liviakis and was a $25,000 yearling. Paul Pompa Jr. and Jay Stables purchased the winner privately after his first start. Tommy Macho has earned $443,000. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Winning a Grade 1 at Keeneland at 2? That's pretty good.
And Carpe Diem has seized the day at Keeneland.
But to come back at 3 and win Keeneland's biggest race, that's a giant accomplishment.
Final furlong of the Toyota Bluegrass. It will be Carpe Diem rolling through Lexington.
He seized his opportunity. Now it's time to seize yours.
Caraconte. In the classic mold of a Gainesway stallion, Caraconte hails from the immediate family of champion sire King Mambo. Winner of the Group 1 Grand Criterium at 2, Caraconte captured the sire-making French 2000 Guineas. A Breeders' Cup Mile winner in 1:32 4/5. Caraconte posted the highest turf buyer of the year.
Caraconte with a rush on the outside. Caraconte and O'Donnell. Caraconte!
Caraconte, standing at Gainesway.
a Florida-bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida-bred.
There's a new day dawning in Florida. Never before has a Breeders' Cup Classic winner retired to stud in the Sunshine State. Until now. Adena Springs presents three-time Grade 1 winner and earner of over $4 million, Fort Larned. New to Adena Springs South.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Gulfstream Park Turf Handicap coming up in this segment. Turf fillies and mares at Gulfstream Park and the Grade 3 SUWANNEE River Stakes. Timmy the Torpedo, the 9-5 favorite. Larry Comas picks up the call.
Tammy the Torpedo goes 48-2 for the first half mile and heads into the far turn in front, 3/4 of a length over Uchenna in second. A little bit sassy is third to the outside. Then it's Sweetie Girl riding the rail into the turn. Light in Paris is 5th. And 3 lengths off the lead, still traveling pretty well. Then Reina de Batteria, followed by Habibi and EB Rider. Around the far turn, 3/4, 112-2. Tammy the Torpedo, turning for home with the lead. Uchenna still second. Outside of them, a little bit sassy. Sweetie Girl cuts the corner. Light in Paris is set down on the far outside. Reina de Batteria is weaving through traffic, and Habibi is closing with a rush on the far outside. All trying to come and get Tammy the Torpedo. Here comes Habibi on the far outside with Reina de Batteria, but Tammy the Torpedo did it.
Tammy the Torpedo by WINSTAR Farm Stallion more than ready. The front-running winner by a length and a half over Reina de Batteria. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates. Joel Rosario aboard in 148-1. Back-to-back stakes victories over the course for the Chad Brown trainee, who won the Tropical Park Oaks in December. The 4-year-old filly was bred in Kentucky by William B. Harrigan. A $100,000 Keeneland September yearling and a $225,000 OBS April 2-year-old, Tammy the Torpedo has earned nearly $255,000 for Long Lake Stable and Beacon Hill Thoroughbreds. Joel Rosario with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Santa Anita for the Grade 2 San Marcos Stakes. Hey Dude at 5-2, a slight favorite over Flamboyant. Frank Miramonte has the call.
They've taken a little bit closer order, but it's still an uncontested lead for Hey Dude, just bounding along, taking them as far as he can, in front by 3 lengths. Southern Freedom has chased him throughout. Gaga Flamboyant has made progress. A 3-wide quick Casablanca as they start to sprint for home now. Chiropractor has the yellow cap. He's 5 lengths off the lead. Class Leader is moving up. Abbey Vale has weakened. Powerfoot would have to pass them all. They turn for home. It's a wide open scramble. Gaga comes through on the inside to take the lead. Flamboyant going with her on the inside of them. Now weakening is Hey Dude. They're followed by Quick Casablanca. They're in the final furlong, and it is Flamboyant trying to prove it was no fluke last time, and he is powerful to the wire. Flamboyant and Brice Blanc decisively in the San Marcos.
Flamboyant gets up to defeat the mare Gaga by 3/4 of a length. Brice Blanc, the winning jockey, in 201-2. The French-born jockey also rode the French-bred Turf Star to victory in the Grade 2 San Gabriel Stakes. Patrick Gallagher trains the 5-year-old gelding by Pierre Gent for David Bienstock and Charles Winter. Flamboyant has earned $518,000. DRF Breeding, home of the new SirePowered Results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. Back to Gulfstream Park for the Grade 1 Turf Handicap. The Pizza Man even money in his seasonal debut. Once again, here's Larry Comas.
Shining Copper's going on with it now. He's up there to a 3-length lead as they enter the backstretch. Shining Copper in front. With Takeover Target, his stablemate sitting second up the backstretch. All Included follows third. Luke's Alley is fourth. After that, it's Triple Threat. Campari, the Pizza Man, is second last, and he's about 12 lengths off of Shining Copper right now, and leading only Legendary through a 49 flat half mile. So the field makes their way into the far turn. Shining Copper's lead is 2.5. Takeover Target cutting into that gap now. It's down to a length and 3/4 moving into the turn. And then it's All Included, followed by Luke's Alley. Triple Threat to the outside. Campari, the Pizza Man, and Legendary. And they really start to bunch up after 3/4 and 1:13 and 3. They're coming toward the top of the stretch. Shining Copper turning for home with Takeover Target right alongside in second. All Included cuts the corner third. Luke's Alley is fourth. The Pizza Man's got work to do. He's in the center of the course trying to make a run, but he's 5 lengths behind inside the final furlong. It is still Shining Copper. Here's Luke's Alley. Luke's Alley runs up alongside of Shining Copper. The two of them, Luke's Alley wins it.
Luke's Alley runs down Shining Copper to score by a neck. Paco Lopez aboard in 148-1. A multiple graded stakes winner over the Woodbine Polytrack, the former Canadian champion won the Grade 3 Hawthorne Derby on turf as a 3-year-old. The Josie Carroll trainee was a close second in the Grade 2 Fort Lauderdale Stakes in his first start over the Gulfstream Park course. The 6-year-old horse by Flower Alley was bred in Ontario by Eugene Melnick. Luke's Alley has earned nearly $759,000 for Melnick Racing Stables. Spendthrift Farms Malibu Moon, AP Indy's leading sire 7 years running. Malibu Moon is also the sire of the most Kentucky Derby contenders this decade, with 5 Derby starters since 2010, including Kentucky Derby winner Orb.
Eye-popping 108 and 4. Flat out in front. Flat out is still in front. Flat out by 3 coming down to the wire. Flat out wins. And here comes Flat Out. Who's full out? It's Flat Out to win the Cigar Mile.
In the business of breeding horses, timing is everything. Making ovulation more predictable, Sucromate Equine takes the guesswork out of scheduling breedings. Sucromate is the only FDA-approved deslorelin product indicated for inducing ovulation within 48 hours of treatment. Sucromate is safe, reliable, and results from a large field-based study show Sucromate provides a higher ovulation rate than any other product. Streamline your breeding season with Sucromate Equine.
Competing at the Grade 1 level, you need an edge.
As Competitive Edge goes on with it now to take over the lead. And it's Competitive Edge with the lead.
His edge was speed.
Competitive Edge, the winner by 4.5 lengths.
Opening up to lead by 3, now by 4. Competitive Edge, spectacular once again.
Get your Competitive Edge in 2016.
Don't you know Hail Marys are long shots? But even a long shot can be a winner, like at Tampa Bay Downs. Because at Tampa Bay Downs, well, jockey?
At Tampa Bay Downs, you can have a lot of fun, maybe win a little money, watching the horses run.
Awesome. Grandstand admission is free on weekdays and only $2 on weekends. So you think you can catch a race or 2?
Yeah, maybe a long shot will pay off for me.
Tampa Bay Downs. Live it up at the Downs.
Now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. Founded in 1956, Ocala Stud is the oldest active thoroughbred farm in Florida and a pioneer in the thoroughbred industry. The landmark Ocala Stud's message is simply put, if you want a runner, look to Ocala Stud. Ocala Stud revolutionized the worldwide industry, creating 2-year-old in training sales. Now represented by the 3rd generation of the O'Farrell family, the farm's reputation as a top producer of thoroughbreds makes them a symbol of excellence. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Kentucky Derby candidate and a Dubai World Cup prospect for Bob Baffert in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. To Oaklawn Park for 3-year-old fillies in the Martha Washington Stakes. Grade 1 winner Nickname, the 1-2 favorite. Peter Aiello has the call.
Durango still yet to be reeled in. She's inside the 5/16 with the lead. Racing in second is Marquee Miss. Now Nakatani will try to thread the needle with Nickname. She's down inside with Dora Denza running on fifth, and they're at the top of the stretch. The rail just open for Nickname if she can quicken through. She has quickened through, and here comes Nickname to challenge for the lead. Down the outside, Marquee Miss. Dora Denza's off cover. Durango between horses, then ready to confess. And deep stretch, Nickname and Marquee Miss fighting it out. Dora Denza's on the outside. Here's the wire. It's Marquee Miss.
12-1 Marquee Miss by Pin Oak Stud Stallion Cowboy Cow outfinishes odds-on favorite Nickname by half a length. Channing Hill aboard the OBS Sales Graduate in 139 flat. Marquee Miss given little respect by the bettors despite taking the Dixie Belle Stakes over the track in her seasonal debut. The winner was bred in Kentucky by David Jacobs. A $20,000 OBS June 2-year-old, Marquee Miss has earned nearly $165,000 for Rags Racing Stable. Ingrid Mason trains the winner. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jury Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jury Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at upcoming sales. To Santa Anita for the 3-year-old debut of Songster in the Grade 2 Las Virgenes Stakes. The undefeated champion bet down to a nickel on the dollar. Frank Miramati has the call.
Songbird doing what she does. She's just bounding along, uncontested, and widening with every stride. The lead now 3.5 or 4. Jade Princess, Mira Rosvo outside of her, now takes second. Street Fancy is called on, starting to rally a bit on the outside of Landover Sea, and She's a Warrior is inside of her. Coming to the quarter pole, and Songbird is now clear by 7 lengths. Mira Rosvo is in second. Jade Princess, Landover Sea, and Street Fancy widest of all. At the top of the stretch, and it's all Songbird putting on a show for the Santa Anita fans, and this is a privilege to watch. Mike Smith has been aboard some brilliant distaffers, and this is one of them. They can't warm her up. She's all Songbird by herself to win by 8.
Champion Songbird by Darley Stallion Medalla d'Oro remains undefeated, easing under the wire officially by 6.5 lengths over Landover Sea. Mike Smith up in 136 and 4. The Jerry Hollendorfer trainee capped off a perfect 2-year-old campaign with a 5 3/4 length victory in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. She was only 1 vote shy of being the unanimous selection for the Eclipse Award as champion 2-year-old filly. The winner was bred in Kentucky by John Antonelli and was a $400,000 Saratoga yearling. Songbird has banked $1,682,000 for Fox Hill Farms. Songbird paid the minimum $210 across the board and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Next from Santa Anita, 3-year-olds in the Grade 3 Robert B. Lewis Stakes. More Spirit, the 3-5 favorite. Again, here's Frank Miramati.
They have 5/8 of a mile to go, and it's I Will scores, setting a sensible tempo, leads it by a length. Uncle Lino still in second. More Spirit in the clear on the outside third. Let's Meet in Rio is just inside of him past the half-mile pole. That pair just 2.5 lengths off the lead. Dressed in Hermes has 4 to make up. Path of David has trailed throughout. 3/8 of a mile to go. I Will score, putting his undefeated mark on the line here. Uncle Lino tests him, and More Spirit is just cruising up nicely while 3 wide. Let's Meet in Rio didn't fire today. He was passed now by Dressed in Hermes and Path of David. They're at the top of the stretch. I Will score, Uncle Lino. More Spirit, 1.5 lengths behind them. He's called on now with a furlong left to go. I Will score, Uncle Lino running a giant race. More Spirit confidently handled. Gets a left-handed reminder now, and he's trying to get them. Here he comes. And More Spirit is progressing very nicely under Gary Stevens as he takes care of business with plenty left in the tank on the road to the Santa Anita Derby.
Under a perfectly timed ride by Gary Stevens, odds-on favorite More Spirit defeats Uncle Lino by 1.5 lengths. Time of the race 1:43 and 1. Back-to-back graded stakes victories for More Spirit, who capped off his 2-year-old campaign by winning the Grade 1 Los Alamitos Futurity. The Ridgeline by Escondrea was bred in Pennsylvania by Elkstone Group and was a $650,000 2-year-old purchase by Michael Lunn Peterson. The 6th winner of the race for trainer Bob Baffert, More Spirit, has earned $378,000. Access Thoroughbred Week online every Saturday on Thoroughbred Daily News at thetdn.com. Baffert sent out Opportunity as the 9-5 favorite for the Grade 2 San Antonio Stakes. Again, here's Frank Miramonte.
They're straightening away for the run down the backstretch. Donworth, Cat Burglar. Cat Burglar maintains a slim lead. El Kabir has settled down in third, and Cyrus Alexander to his inside fourth, 2.5 lengths off the leader. They're followed by Imperative. Opportunity is now getting a little bit closer on the outside. He's within 7 lengths of the pacemaker, 1.5 lengths to Hard Aces, and Blingo has a lot of work to do from there. Heading to the 3/8 pole, Cat Burglar still in front by a neck. He's been hounded the entire journey by Donworth. El Kabir hard-ridden 1.5 lengths back third. Cyrus Alexander. Opportunity is in fifth. He's only 4 lengths off the lead, advancing on the outside. Hard Aces on the inside of Imperative, and then Blingo. 1/4 mile to go. It's still Cat Burglar and Donworth. Cyrus Alexander. Opportunity went extremely wide. Hard Aces is making solid progress at the rail. They're a furlong from the finish, and even Imperative is getting involved. He's starting to roll extreme outside. Here comes Imperative and Opportunity. They're side by side trying to get to Donworth. Donworth, Opportunity, and Imperative. Here's the line. Photo finish. It's so close.
Here's another look at that photo finish. As Donworth starts to fade on the inside, it's the favorite Opportunity taking a slim lead between horses under Flavian Pratt. But Imperative is closing rapidly on the outside with Mike Smith aboard. But Opportunity holds on to take the photo by a nose. Donworth a 1/2 length back in the show spot for a sweep by Keeneland Sells graduates. Time of the race 1:48.2. Opportunity winning for the first time since taking the 2015 running of the Grade 2 San Pasquale Stakes. Third when California Chrome won the most recent edition of the San Pasquale, the Bob Baffert trainee earns a rematch with the former Horse of the Year in the Dubai World Cup. The 5-year-old horse by any given Saturday was bred in Kentucky by Bill Betts, DJ Stables and Partners. Opportunity has earned $1,872,000 for Carl Watson, Michael Pegram, and Paul Whiteman. The half-brother to multiple Grade 1 stakes winner Executive Privilege was consigned by Betts Thoroughbreds to the 2012 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Baffert for $300,000. Grade 2 San Antonio Stakes winner Opportunity, the Keeneland Sells Graduate of the Week. Coming up, a Dubai World Cup prospect for Todd Pletcher.
But Bahamian Squall has won the Sunshine State.
Bahamian Squall in front from Trinity Bird. Jackson Bend 4 outside. It's Bahamian Squall to win the Smile.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions,
the 11th Triple Crown winner,
13 Classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
Here comes Blame! Blame has won it ahead!
A photo finish that Blame got!
6 graded stakes wins, 3 Grade 1 victories, 9 consecutive 100-plus buyers. And now, Blame has sired graded stakes quality from his first crop. His first runners are stars at tracks across the country.
Oh, Onus, very impressive to win by 5.
Eclipse champion Blame at Claiborne Farm.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Gulfstream Park for the Grade 1 Dawn Handicap. Keen Ice, the 2-1 favorite. Here's the call by Larry Comas.
They're off in the Dawn. And it's Valid who had the best beginning. Mexicoma's got speed. Financial Modeling's up and on the pace too. M. Shawish is now on the inside of them, and then Made from Lucky along the inside as they make their way into the turn. It's a Knockout, settles into stride, running in 6th position early on. Closing Bell is 7th, and Keen Ice takes his spot at the rear of the field, 8 lengths off of Financial Modeling, who is the early leader in the Dawn Handicap. Financial Modeling heading to the backstretch in the clear by 2 over Valid. M. Shawish is 3rd on the inside after a 24 flat opening quarter mile. Mexicoma follows in 4th, 4 lengths off the lead, then Made from Lucky. It's a Knockout there, stride for stride. Keen Ice is right alongside of Closing Bell at the back of the field. Up the backstretch they go. And it is Financial Modeling and Arad Ortiz Jr. out there in front by a length over Valid. M. Shawish on the inside is in 3rd. Mexicoma follows in 4th. Under a ride now is Made from Lucky down on the inside. He's being followed by It's a Knockout, who's racing 5 lengths off the lead. Closing Bell is next, and Keen Ice is last of them all. Financial Modeling has run a 48 flat half mile and heads into the far turn in front 3/4 of a length over Valid. M. Shawish is 3rd to the inside. Mexicoma is next. Then It's a Knockout. Keen Ice on the outside with about 6 lengths to make up. And then comes Made from Lucky and Closing Bell around the far turn. Valid has taken the lead after 3/4 in 1:11 and 4. It is Valid in front at the top of the stretch. Financial Modeling 2nd and cutting the corner. M. Shawish is closing on the outside. Mexicoma's 4th. A lot of work to do for Keen Ice. And on the far outside, It's a Knockout trying to get going late. M. Shawish has taken the lead as they come into the final 16th. And it is M. Shawish coming to the wire, the winner of the Dawn Handicap.
M. Shawish defeats Valid by 2 lengths for a 1-2 finish by Sons of Darley Stallion Medalla d'Oro and Keeneland Cells graduates. John Velasquez up in 1:47 and 4, a 1:06 Beyer speed figure. Winner of the Grade 1 Gulfstream Park Turf Handicap a year ago, the Todd Pletcher trainee went on to finish 3rd in the Dubai Turf. But with back-to-back graded stakes wins over the main track at Gulfstream Park this season, M. Shawish has earned a start in the Dubai World Cup. The 6-year-old horse was bred in Kentucky by OTIF 2007. The 5th winner of the Dawn for Pletcher, M. Shawish has earned $2,221,000. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.